Imagine a world on the brink of change, where ancient empires clashed for control of the known world. This is the story of the Battle of Carchemish, a conflict that would shatter the old order and give rise to a new superpower. In the year 605 BC, two giants stood poised for war. In one corner, the once mighty Egyptian Empire, led by Pharaoh Necho II. For centuries, Egypt had dominated the Levant, its influence stretching far and wide. But its power was waning, challenged by a new force rising from Mesopotamia. In the other corner, the ambitious Neo-Babylonian Empire. Under the aging but formidable King Nabopolassar, Babylon had thrown off the yoke of Assyrian rule and was now hungry for more. His son, the crown prince, was a young, brilliant, and ruthless commander named Nebuchadnezzar. He was about to make his mark on history. The prize was Carchemish, a strategically vital city on the banks of the great Euphrates River. It was the gateway to Syria and the entire Near East. Whoever controlled Carchemish controlled the trade routes, the resources, and ultimately the future. Pharaoh Necho had stationed his army there, a formidable force of Egyptian warriors and skilled Greek mercenaries, confident in their ability to hold the line. He believed the Euphrates River itself was his greatest ally, a natural barrier that would halt any Babylonian advance. He was wrong. Nebuchadnezzar was not a commander who played by the rules. He gathered his force's elite chariots, disciplined infantry, and fearsome archers. Instead of attempting a predictable frontal assault across the river, he devised a daring plan. Under the cover of darkness, he led a portion of his army on a secret flanking maneuver, crossing the Euphrates at a more vulnerable point upstream. As the sun rose over the plains of Carchemish, the Egyptians awoke to a nightmare. The Babylonian army was not just in front of them, but also on their flank. Panic began to ripple through the Egyptian ranks. Nebuchadnezzar, clad in gleaming bronze armor, seized the moment. He signaled the attack. The air filled with the thunder of thousands of charging feet and the rumble of war chariots. A storm of arrows rained down upon the Egyptian lines, sowing chaos and confusion. Nebuchadnezzar, leading from the very front, smashed his chariot divisions into the unprepared Egyptian flank. The clash of bronze on bronze was deafening. The Greek mercenaries, renowned for their discipline, fought bravely, forming a phalanx to withstand the initial shock. But they were caught in a pincer movement. The main Babylonian force, seeing the success of the flanking attack, launched their own assault across the river, pushing the Egyptians back against the city walls. The battle devolved into a brutal, chaotic melee. Dust clouds kicked up by chariots and soldiers choked the air, mingling with the smoke from burning siege engines. The waters of the Euphrates, once a symbol of life, were said to have run red with blood. The Egyptian lines, once so orderly, completely collapsed. It was no longer a battle. It was a rout. Soldiers broke and fled, trying to escape the Babylonian onslaught. But there was nowhere to go. Nebuchadnezzar was relentless, pursuing the fleeing remnants of Necho's army for miles, ensuring that they could never regroup to threaten Babylon again. The slaughter was immense. The Egyptian dream of controlling the Near East died that day on the banks of the Euphrates. The victory at Carchemish was absolute. It cemented the Neo-Babylonian Empire as the new, undisputed master of the region. News of the victory had barely reached Babylon when another message arrived. King Nabopolassar was dead. Fresh from his triumph, Nebuchadnezzar raced back to Babylon to claim his throne. He would go on to become one of the most famous and powerful kings of the ancient world. His reign defined by magnificent constructions like the Hanging Gardens and the Ishtar Gate, but also by his conquests, including the destruction of Jerusalem. And it all began here, at the epic Battle of Carchemish, where a young prince proved his genius and forged an empire in the crucible of war. If you were captivated by this story of ancient warfare and epic history, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We have many more stories like this to share with you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.